Hello again. This is video number 2. I'm not going to bug you very much longer, but I wanted to talk through the syllabus and make sure that you understood kind of what you're getting yourself into. And so I'm going to switch to a dual screen here. This is a copy of your syllabus that you will find on Moodle as well as the Connect website. You should have already viewed the video explaining the Connect website. Make sure that you do that before you watch this video because I will be referring to it and you need to know what it includes so that you understand the syllabus. And so this is our syllabus for this semester. It is a 3-hour course. It is a college level course, and so I expect even if you're an early college student to put forth college level work. And so this is a history review summary course of music appreciation. We will cover the years 450 to the year 1950 and music, and so you can imagine everything that we're going to discuss is going to be a lot of details, a lot of things to remember, and so this is a history course. Some of the first things that you're going to see on this is just a description of the course. We're going to be studying Western music. That means not from the Eastern culture or African culture, but mostly European culture and into this century into the United States. And so the very first thing you're going to see on here is the course outline and schedule. It starts on January 11th, which will be your first day of class. So you need to pay close attention to these dates, which I will also double these up on Moodle. The 11th of January to the 17th of January. This is what you are required to complete. You need to read pages 1 through 28, and these listening assignments are also found on your Connect website. And so you need to submit these by midnight on the 17th, and you will see that on the Connect as to when they're due, and make sure that you get them submitted because I will do a weekly homework grade. No late submissions after the 17th on these 3 assignments. You've got The Firebird by Stravinsky, CGM Blues by Ellington, and The Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra by Britten. I put the composer in parentheses and the title before the composer's name. We will continue with music elements on the 18th through the 24th. You'll see that all here. And then because there's so much to talk about in this first section, here are the dates that you need to do a video review and term review, and just make sure that you catch up on all these by the 27th. Here you see that we have a Learn Smart activity due that we found on Connect, as well as your unit test, which will be on the Connect, and it will be a timed assignment. We will go right into the Middle Ages period on February 1st. And so that's the way I'm going to go through most of these sections. You see some of these words are kind of hard to pronounce. This first section is going to be Latin because Latin was the sung language of the day. This one happens to be French, puis qu'on oublie. And so I will try to do a video at the beginning of each unit so that you kind of know how to pronounce some of these words, because you're not going to know unless you hear me say them. So we'll do Middle Ages period and Renaissance period one as a group. You will have that test here. You will have these days to complete those 2 assignments, the 11th through the 14th, and you can do those at any time during those days. Baroque period will begin, you see its dates and when its tests are. Then we go into the classical period. You see those dates. All of the textbook reading assignments correspond. You just need to get that reading done within this week. This listening corresponds with this reading. I've broken it up into smaller pieces so you make sure you get all the homework done. And then I will do another video review from time to time. You'll see those there when they will be up and available for you to take advantage of. And so also I've included in here our Easter break, and you'll have no assignments due there. Let me put attention to this date right here, the March 16th through the March 20th. You have 3 things due during those 4 days. You have your Unit 4 Learn Smart, you have your Unit 4 test, and then you also have your midterm review test. This is a cumulative test. It will be all listening, and it will cover all that we have learned up to this point. It's the only cumulative test that you have through the whole semester, and so it's just to make sure that you are on track midway through so that we can finish well. You will not be asked anything else about those things from this point forward. So after Easter break, we will continue with the Romantic period, and then go into 20th century, and then our last day of class will be May 12th. You have the 9th through the 12th to finish your Learn Smart for Unit 6, as well as your Unit 6 test. I don't have on here exactly when your performance credits will be due. Let me talk about them first. There are some course goals here that you can review, and then things that I expect you to have learned in the course of this semester. And this is how you will be evaluated during the semester. 90% of your grade will be homework and testing. And so you will be given 6 broad-based tests, non-cumulative. All will include some kind of oral identification of all of the assigned listening. The test will constitute 50% of your final grade. And then also you will be given numerous assignments and quizzes during actually not many quizzes, during the semester. If you follow that website, it's the Connect website that we've already discussed, as well as the Moodle. I will have forums on there, and I'll need you to respond to. I'll go over that in just a minute. Then the average of all of your homework, including the Learn Smart, will constitute 40% of your final grade. The homework is due weekly, and grades will be accumulated throughout the semester, so make sure that you do that homework weekly. We have a 10-point grading scale at Nash, and so there that is. Your concert credits. During the semester, you're required to attend 2 live performances in the Rocky Mount or Roanoke Rapids or Wilson or Tarboro or wherever you can find a place. It could be in Raleigh, it could be Wilmington or Greenville or wherever you happen to be. It could be a DPAC. It could be locally there in some high school at their spring band concert. Each one of these performance credits will constitute 5% of your final grade. I had students that did all, came to class every day last semester, and they did not do these concert credits, and they didn't get as good a grade as they could have had they done these credits. And so I'll go into more detail about what's involved in those as we go down. So your participation during the semester, I'm going to be posting forum questions on Moodle associated with the weekly listening assignments. You will be required to submit a response at least once per week over the listening, and it could just be, what do you think about this, and just to make sure that you are listening and that you're engaged in what's going on. All assignments must be completed by the deadlines given. No extensions will be granted without prior consent. You must check in on Moodle at least 1 time a week to receive assignments, and you need to refer to the syllabus for more details. I will post each of your weekly assignments on Moodle. Make sure that you stay connected to that. And then as far as your honesty during this course, I expect no cheating, and I expect you to learn the material yourself, and when taking quizzes or doing any kind of writing for me, I expect the utmost in you following through and not using anything to cheat with. There are apps out there that recognize titles to songs and recordings, and so these are completely off limits, and so I consider that cheating. And so I trust you to do that, and I will reiterate that as often as I possibly can. And you can read the rest of my policies as far as your academic honesty. dishonesty, whichever one. And so you will be required under some of these course requirements to complete the assigned reading in the text. Obviously, we're not going to have lectures. I will be giving you the PowerPoint slides that I would have shown in class, but it's up to you to go through those slides. You will find those on Moodle, be able to connect to those and open those up. It'll be kind of a big file, and so you're welcome to look at them. Test questions come from the whole text, not just from the PowerPoint. You should make plans to submit your weekly assignments, which will be found on Connect. These assignments have deadlines, and no late work will be accepted. Students are required to attend 2 concerts. Students should attend a concert which exemplifies attributes of the elements and history reviewed in this course. The students which you will be required to submit a minimum of 2 pages typed and double-spaced. This should be a review, which is an assessment of at least 3 songs, no more than 3, because I want you to focus in on 3 of them from the concert, which is going to highlight their elements. That would be their melody, their medium, their rhythm, harmony, all sorts of aspects of the music that we study about in the first unit. Okay, this is not a platform for you to submit a personal review of the performer's abilities, so you need to focus on the musical elements only. Use what you've learned in class to evaluate all concert pieces. I will be accumulating some dates for you to be able to go to concerts in the area. If you hear of something, just email it to me. If you're not sure whether it would constitute a concert credit, then you need to contact me first before you go and then try to submit it. And so you must register for Connect, and here is that website right here down at the bottom, and that will be on Moodle as well. Make sure that you get that done as soon as possible. And that's the end of the syllabus. I'm about to run out of time on this video. I hope that you are informed and able to get started as soon as possible. Check back on Moodle because there's going to be more that I will hopefully give you instructions about. There's a lot to kind of learn at the beginning, but once we get into the swing of things, you will understand what each unit is going to include, and each one will be just about the same every time. Once we get through this first unit in the next 3 weeks, then you should have it made. Just make sure that you set aside a good amount of time each week to complete the reading and to complete the listening assignments. And you will hear more from me later. I look forward to working with each one of you, and best of luck. Have a great day.